I'm Kevin.
And I'm Jeffrey.
To our YouthConnect. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fun and awesome episode of YouthConnect. I hope that you guys are excited for some awesome news. Now, obviously, as per usual, we always have to go over our usual thing. What in the world is YouthConnect? Well, if you have not watched YouthConnect before, YouthConnect is a news, interest, entertainment show that was created during the pandemic for the community, by the community. And everyone here is advocates for inclusion and advocate for all abilities. And obviously, as broadcasters and entertainers, we want to be included in opportunities for acting jobs, directing, writing, chefs, speakers, musicians, you name it, and we want to do it. There are so many things that we want to do, but one of those amazing things is that we want to give you some awesome news to learn about and some awesome news to have some good old fun. But what is going on in the first thing? Well, sometimes we get some news, sometimes we get some music, but why do we have to start off with? We always have to start off with some interesting gaming news. Okay, guys, so obviously the first thing on our list is that we always have to do our Spotlight Game of the Week. And I must say, guys, I was looking through all the games and I was like, oh, they're interesting and all, but what if I could get something a little bit more on the goofier side? Well, if you guys have a Nintendo Switch, I have a game that is going to absolutely be hilarious. And actually, I myself might be getting this game because it's literally only 49 cents. Today's Spotlight Game of the Week is Skateboard Drifting with Maxwell Cat, the game simulator. So I want you guys to talk about this amazing game. Why? Well, if you guys know, there's a bunch of amazing games, but this one is called a classic meme game. This game makes you join Yellowface, Swall Doge, Knuckles the Echidna, a capybara, and of course the legendary Maxwell Cat on their rad skateboarding adventures. Better strap on your virtual helmet, tighten those laces, and prepare for an epic ride like no other. You must take your skateboard to a whole new level. From wacky designs to vibrant colors, you can create a board that perfectly captures your style and personality. And let's not forget about the epic soundtrack that accompanies your skateboarding adventures. This game is the ultimate antidote to boredom, and it is absolutely, as they say, meme-tastic. So I recommend you can grab your boards and get ready to shred in Skateboard Drifting with Maxwell Cat, the game simulator. Imagine saying that 5 times. Skateboard Drifting with Maxwell Cat. I can't even say the first sentence because that is a long name. Now, obviously, guys, these are called meme games, games that kind of are like specifically meant to be goofy. Don't expect any AAA quality content here. It's a goofy game about goofy meme characters doing sick tricks on a skateboard. If a cat can do a trick on a skateboard, then probably anyone can, especially in this universe. So if you guys have 49 cents, I'm going to be using my star coins for myself, but I'm going to be getting this awesome video game called, let's go one more time, guys, called Skateboard Drifting with Maxwell Cat, the game simulator. Whew! Now that's a name. Now, who's up next? Next up, we have Kevin with some all-important news, and I just cannot wait to hear what he has to share with us for his interesting fact of the day.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Youth. My apologies. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Youth Connect with me, Kevin Aruja. For now, let's go over to our headlines. Shopify Amazon strike deal to integrate Buy with Prime in Shopify stores. Ontario elementary teachers take next step ahead of strike vote. The Toronto area metro workers ratify second tentative agreement with after long strike. And Maple Leafs signed head coach Sheldon Keefe to multi-year contract extension. Two of the e-commerce world's biggest rivals have brokered a surprise deal, helping their merchants take better advantage of one another's offers. Shopify Inc. and Amazon.com Incorporated announced on Wednesday evening that they will soon begin helping Shopify merchants more easily integrate access to Amazon's sprawling fulfillment network within their Shopify stores. The competing e-commerce company said the deal centers on an app Amazon will release within Shopify's ecosystem over the next month, letting US merchants that use Amazon's fulfillment network to add Buy with Prime to the Shopify checkout process. Buy with Prime is an Amazon program that helps merchants offer speedy shipping on orders made through their own sites by leveraging the Seattle-based business behemoth fulfillment network. This week's deal made after Shopify got out of a fulfillment business by shelling its logistic arm to Flexworks in May could signal some of the tensions between the rivals as eased. The deal would deliver more of that volume to Amazon, but also hand business to Shopify with transactions processed through Shopify payments, a feature helping merchants seamlessly accept credit cards and other popular payment methods. A union representing elementary teachers and education workers in Ontario is taking the next step in its bargaining process ahead of a strike vote in the fall. Sorry about that. In a statement issued on Tuesday, the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario said it has applied for conciliation with the Minister of Labor. Conciliation is a formal mediation process in which a third party is brought in work both sides and help find a resolution. The ETFO has publicly said it has plans to hold strike votes in mid September and mid October. The announcement comes after the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation came to the tentative agreement on a process to avoid a strike. But according to ETFO, the agreement includes binding interest aberration, something they are not prepared to consider currently. In a statement to CTV News Toronto, Education Minister Stephen Lachey said his office is continuing to urge ETFO to come to the table and accept the deal. Metro workers from 27 stores in the Greater Toronto Area having a new collective agreement after a month-long strike. The workers, represented by Unifor, voted to ratify a second tentative deal just 2 days after Metro was granted a temporary injunction restricting secondary picket lines that blocked fresh products deliveries to its stores. More than 3,700 workers have been on strike since July 29th after rejecting the first tentative agreement recommended by the bargaining committee. Unifor spokesman Paul White says in a statement that under the new deal, all workers will get an immediate rise for a $1.50 an hour. He said full-time and senior part-time workers will essentially receive a $2 an hour in pay increase within months, as they will get an additional 5.50 cents in January. Throughout the strike, the workers called for so-called hero pay they received during the pandemic to return, as well as better working conditions and more full-time jobs. And in sports news, Hitch coach Sheldon Keefe has assigned a multi-year contract extension with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Terms of the deal were not announced. The 42-year-old was named Maple Leafs head coach on November 20th, 2019, and has posted a 166, 71, 30 regular seasons over that time. However, Toronto has yet to translate that success to the postseason. The Maple Leafs beat Tampa Bay in 6 games earlier this year to earn its first playoff series win since 2004, before going on to lose the 8th-seeded Florida Panthers in the next round. Signing Keefe to an extension is another key piece of season business done for the new Leafs general manager Brad Treliving, who signed star center Austin Matthews to a 4-year, $53 million extension last week. In today's weather forecast, we've got sunny this afternoon. The temperature is now 25 degrees. And tomorrow we will get a mix of sun and clouds. The temperature will begin 28 degrees. And now for the new topic for an interesting fact. I'm going to talk about this greatest sauce on this earth. And yes, it's ketchup. Ketchup. That's my literally favorite on fries or anything else like that. It's my favorite. But what is ketchup? Ketchup is a sweet and tangy sauce, now typically made from tomatoes, sugar, and vinegar, with assorted seasonings and spices. The specific spices and flavors vary, but commonly include onions, allspice, coriander, cloves, cumin, garlic, and mustard, and sometimes include celery, cinnamon, or ginger. Now, for some interesting facts about ketchup that you didn't know. The original ketchup, known as catsup, did not contain tomatoes. 97% of American homes kept ketchup in their kitchen. The June 5th is National Ketchup Day. The main ingredients in ketchup used to be in anchovies, walnuts, mushrooms, and kidney beans. Ketchup was first for sale to the public by F&J Heinz Company back in 1876. Ketchup is the most popular sauce in the world, followed by mayo. Each person eats about 3 bottles of ketchup a year. By eating just 4 tablespoons of ketchup, we will receive the same nutritional value of an entire medium sized tomato. Ketchup is only made for ripe tomatoes in summer. You can also use ketchup to restore the glow to your pots and pans since the acid in ketchup removes the tarnish. And ketchup is one of the few packaged foods that does not use preservatives. Anyways, though, we have come to the end of my segment. Tune in for next week's news, weather, and a very own interesting fact. I'm sending you back to Aiden.
Interesting facts. I love them. But one of the most interesting ones is I did not know that June the 5th is technically considered Ketchup Day. And this is where my topic is going to be coming in. For Jeff and you, Kevin, here's a war that I've been hearing about that a lot of people talk about. Do you think ketchup is a condiment or do you think ketchup is a sauce?
I think ketchup is a kind. I would say both.
Both in a sense. That's
Hmm.
what a lot of people trying to consider. I don't know. Sauces and condiments definitely have similar things to each other, but if I had to really think about it, remember this: condiment is something you put on top of something else, and a sauce is almost the exact same thing, but sometimes is mixed with something. So, like
Mm,
for example, a sauce would be soy sauce or something like that.
I
But a lot
agree.
of people use ketchup in dishes, so technically it can be a sauce and it could be a condiment. It's
mhm.
pretty awesome to know that a single tomato can make something so beautiful. Awesome, awesome news, Kevin. Really appreciate it. And now we have brought this has brought us to our second gaming, or technically our second video game news, I should say. Take a deep breath in, guys, with me, and a deep breath out. Okay, now don't get upset, but I feel pretty upset about this. So, if you guys know, yesterday we just got the amazing trailer for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But Nintendo has been trying to get this game out because it's Nintendo's newest installment in the Super Mario game franchise. It's going to be releasing on the 20th of October for the Nintendo Switch. But to help celebrate, Nintendo has teamed up with Baskin Robbins for a collection of limited time goods and menu items designed to help customers power up in the best way possible. So here's where the sadness comes in, guys. Baskin Robbins and Super Mario have only paired up in Japan. Oh, Japan, Japan, Japan. How you always get the greatest things and we don't get them. But what we can do is appreciate the amazing things that you can get in this over a dozen types of items in this amazing bundle. And I will go over a few of them. So I'm going to talk about their two main flavors. They have created something called the Super Mushroom Cola Float and the One Up Mushroom Melon Soda. What is going on here? Well, they have created two new amazing and delicious flavors. One is a delicious vanilla ice cream with a amazing cola sorbet with Baskin Robbins white crackling candy to create, as they say, a energetic cola float flavor. And melon soda, on the other hand, does white vanilla ice cream, but also a melon soda sorbet with their white crackling candy. And they say it gives a beautiful melony flavor with a mellow vanilla afternote. But let's say, you know what? I don't like Coca-Cola. And you know what? I'm not a biggest fan of melon. Well, here's something even more delicious. There's something called de-iced flower soda. So if you like a delicious soda, guys, let's say, it's just a simple soda. Oh, yeah. Well, this soda is a bit more interesting. It has a delicious Ramune flavor with yogurt flavored jelly and nata de coco, which is coconut gel. My goodness. And what's so interesting about that float? Well, customers can choose their favorite small-sized ice cream to go into the float, and the Muddler spoon comes with a limited edition sticker attached. Now, hold on, guys. I know. I bet your mouth is already watering at these delicious ice creams. But there is their main one called the Superstar Sundae, which it comes served in a beautiful green pipe. So you could choose a small-sized ice cream, and you get to look at this beautiful plastic pipe, which can be taken home and reused as, like, let's say, a pen holder. Then you go even farther, guys. You can go get the Yoshi egg set, so you get Yoshi-themed items. But hold your horses, guys. I want to talk about the most expensive item on this list. It is called the Super Mario Palette 6. In rough translation, because apparently it didn't really have like a full name. So technically it's just called the Super Mario Palette 6. So what is this? It's an ice cream cake that will delight fans whose birthday falls within the slice sales period. And you don't have to be celebrating a birthday to enjoy the 6-slice cake, though. And the fact it comes packed in a beautiful question mark themed box has me really, really wanting to purchase it. But oh, Aiden, it's just a simple cake. What's so interesting about that? Well, I got something interesting. Every single slice of cake is its own unique flavor, and I got them right here. I know, your mouth is trying to just create a waterfall, but I'm going to make it even more shocking. You got a cookies and vanilla ice cream cake with chocolate ice cream on a chocolate sponge. There's a strawberry cheesecake ice cream with strawberry ice cream on a white sponge. There's a popping shower ice cream, a caramel ribbon ice cream, and a chocolate ice cream with chocolate flakes and white chocolate on a chocolate sponge. But what's interesting is that there is a different flavor called Love Potion 31. I don't know what that is, but it's quite interesting to know about this name. I mean, it sounds a bit strange, guys. Imagine an ice cream flavor named Love Potion 31. Baskin Robbins, what are you coming up with these weird and wacky names? Oh, you. But that has been some awesome, delicious gaming news. Oh, lucky Japan. Every single time they get the way better option. Now, if I had that, I would buy everything on the menu. Trust you me, my money would completely disappear because I am obsessed with Nintendo. Anyways, though, this is where I would go to Joshua. But since we always help each other out, I have been bringing you some awesome good story news. So what is going on in the world of good story news? What's going on? What's happening? So I found something that you guys will think, oh my goodness, this guy is absolutely amazing. So there was a derelict oil tanker off the coast of Yemen that had more than 1 million barrels of crude oil just sitting around on the verge of leaching into the Red Sea. That's 1 million barrels. That's quite a bit of barrels, guys. Now, why did this happen? Well, one dedicated American orchestrated a last-ditch cleanup operation. So it just completed this summer. The salvage operation probably prevented a major environmental catastrophe because the tanker, the FSO Safer, was 47 years old and had some serious mechanical and structural risks. But the diplomat working for the United Nations became a true hero after crowdfunding the many millions of dollars needed for the sea-saving work. So David Gressley took advantage of a truce between warring factions in Yemen, where the FSO Safer was abandoned offshore in 2015, where war broke out. In the recent truce, opened a window of opportunity to do something about this environmentally ticking time bomb hanging over the region. But amazingly, by September 2022, the campaign had gathered $75 million, more than half the required amount, an astonishing return driven by individuals from Yemeni businessmen to school children in the U.S. And when the campaign reached $121 million in July this year, yes, the money has been gathering for that long, almost 2 years. 2 years technically. They started the emergency humanitarian fund of the UN to provide a low interest loan to cover the rest. From there, the work was turned over to Bascalis, a salvage company that finished the cleanup operation on August 11th after a brand new oil tanker dubbed the MT Yemen weighed anchor alongside Safer to siphon off the last of her oil before the old girl was towed to Yemen's shore for scoopering, which means that it was going to sink. So what an amazing news. I can't believe that this man, David Gressley, you know what? They were going in between a warring faction to get this ship who had over 1 million barrels of crude oil and saved the environment, saved the fish, saved the water, saved everything from dying because of this collapsing ship. Let me just say, great work, David. We are so proud of you. And you know what? Keep doing these great deeds because you know what? In the end of it all, it goes and it supports and helps a lot of people. That's amazing, guys. So I know you keep hearing me. Oh my goodness. Next we would go to someone else, but don't worry because I got you some extra news. But let's take a break. Let's take a quick break because I feel like we have to process all this information. Kevin and Jeff, what did you guys think about the good story news? Do you think that this David Gressley guy really did something did a major impact for the environment?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, it's a great story.
I agree on this.
agree.
You know what, guys, you love the ocean, right?
Yep.
So you know what? He saved the ocean from being dumped with over 1 million barrels of oil, of crude oil, which is the most toxic form of oil. So thank goodness we can have fresh fish, a fresh sea. What's up, Jeff?
No, I said thank goodness.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank goodness that this man decided to create an amazing campaign and raise so much money to save the environment. That takes a lot of dedication, guys. A whole year of getting this whole project planned together to save 1 million barrels.
Interesting.
Amazing work.
Really interesting.
Okay, guys, let's keep the train moving, and it's time to bring on to our final gaming news. What is our final gaming news? Well, it has to be our board game of the week. And let me just say, guys, I got you a really, really good story board game. And today's board game of the week is called Nucleum. So, guys, it is time to set sail for an adventurous raid, for perhaps it will be your last. You must face danger and adventure once more while you search high and low for the most valuable treasures the Caribbean has to offer. Wait a minute, we've heard of this before, but we have to find something a little bit more interesting in Nucleum. What's going on in the interesting world of Nucleum? Oh my goodness, where is my Nucleum? Oh, I found it, guys. Phew, thank goodness. When Elsa von... Oh my goodness, here's a name. Frauenfeld. I'm just going to say Elsa. Presented her invention to King Frederick Augustus II of Saxony. People thought it was trickery. She used a recently isolated element, uranium, to heat up a jar of water and used the resulting steam to power an engine that kept the uranium active via a process she called atomization. Her device, the Nucleum, ushered in a new era of energy and prosperity over the next decades. Saxony went from a minor regional power to the hub of European nucleums to be built. More uranium imported from the nearby countries of Bohemia, and railways and power lines built across the country to carry the tame powers of the atoms to Saxony's greatest cities. So inventors, engineers, and industrialists flocked to the Saxon court, vying to be leader in this new industrial revolution. So what is Nucleum? It is a heavy Euro board game in which players take role of industrialists trying to succeed during the economic and technological boom of the 19th century. Saxony, fueled by the invention and spread of the nucleum, also known as a nuclear reactor. Players earn victory points by developing their networks, building and powering urban buildings, securing contracts, and meeting milestones, which are randomized endgame goals. And each player also gets unique asymmetric technologies, giving them special powers when unlocked. And guys, the gameplay is continuous. Players take turns one after another until there are no rounds or phases left to do. Now, what is this game? I think this game is absolutely brilliant. I like it something based on a little bit of history. Now, guys, something as big as the nuclear reactor is a good thing and a bad thing in both senses. And a lot of people to this day still use nuclear power to power some of their things. So you know what? If you guys love the 19th century and want to play a game all about nuclear reactors and the power of the nucleus, well, I recommend you check out Nucleum, an interesting game to become the leader of the Industrial Revolution in an alternate timeline. Because remember, guys, you can't make it exactly like real life. You got to give it a good old twist of your own to make it unique. Anyways, this has been all the gaming news and good story news that I have to share today. Next up, I think we have to add our cherry on top of our YouthConnect. We always have to do Jeffrey, our live musician, with his live music.
Hi everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. I know I am here at the cottage. See the lake in the background? It's lovely. And I'm going to be playing a song, a reggae Bob Marley song, Buffalo Soldier. So hope you like it. Get up and dance. Buffalo soldier, trying to do it. Standing on the ring, and in the morning, trying to do it. Standing by the buffalo soldier, now I'll follow him. Buffalo soldier, tread like a rasta, fighting in the rifle, fighting for survival. Thank you, everybody. This is Jeffrey, your live musician. I'll see you all next week. And it's back to you, Aiden. And make sure to check out my website, jeffreyackerman.com. Bye, everybody.
Absolutely. Please do check out jeffreyankenman.com. Anyways, guys, I felt that was an absolutely amazing Youth Connect. If you like Youth Connect, I want you to do 3 things for me. I want you to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
I guess that's 4. Anyways, guys, I want to say thank you to my co-hosts. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you, Jeffrey, and thank you, the watchers of Youth Connect. And we will see you all on another amazing episode of YouthConnect. Catch you later, guys, and have a
Bye.
great long weekend.
Bye.
Great long weekend.
Bye.